Manchester United have finally pulled the trigger. After weeks of speculation, rejected offers, and tense negotiations, the club has confirmed the signing of Bryan Mbeumo from Brentford in a deal worth £65 million, with an additional £6 million in performance-related add-ons. The 25-year-old Cameroonian forward has signed a 5-year contract at Old Trafford, with an option for a 6th year. His arrival marks a clear intent from United's new management to rebuild an attacking core that has, in recent years, struggled to deliver consistency or potency at the highest level. For Brentford, Mbeumo becomes their record sale, ending a 5-year chapter that began with a £5.8 million move from French side Troyes in 2019. It's the dawn of a new era at Manchester United. With former manager Erik ten Hag no longer in charge, the club is undergoing a significant transformation in both style and personnel under the newly appointed head coach, whose identity remains under wraps in this script but represents a break from past patterns. What's clear is that Mbeumo is not just a flashy signing. He is a deliberate tactical acquisition, a player identified to fit a new, high-pressing, high-energy offensive philosophy that United's new regime seeks to implement. The club's recent attacking signings, including Matheus Cunha, who arrived earlier this window from Wolves for £62.5 million, hint at a more fluid, pace-oriented front three. With Mbeumo and Cunha combining for 35 Premier League goals last season, United now have a front line built around dynamism, aggression, and directness, in sharp contrast to the more possession-heavy setups of the past. Bryan Mbeumo's strength lies in his versatility. At Brentford, he thrived on the right wing in a 3-5-2 or 4-3-3, often cutting inside onto his left foot, exploiting half spaces, and combining with Ivan Toney in a classic big man, quick man partnership. His profile is well suited for multiple roles. As a right winger in a 4-3-3, Mbeumo brings width, pace, and a goal threat, ideal for stretching defenses and creating space for a central striker like Rasmus Jlund. As a central second striker or false nine, he can drop between lines, press aggressively, and link up midfield and attack, a role he often performed with Brentford when Toney was suspended. In a front two system alongside Cunha or Jlund, Mbeumo's intelligent off-the-ball movement and ability to exploit gaps could be devastating. Tactically, he also offers immense value in pressing systems. Mbeumo ranked among the top forwards in the league for defensive actions per 90, showing both work rate and positional discipline. This is crucial. United, for years, lacked forwards who were willing and able to press from the front effectively. Mbeumo changes that. Manchester United's pursuit of Mbeumo was anything but straightforward. The first bid, lodged in early June, was a modest £55 million package, swiftly rejected by Brentford, who knew the player's value in a tight market. A second offer, worth £62.5 million, also failed to persuade the Bees, who were reluctant to lose a player so central to their identity. It wasn't until United's third and final offer, £65 million guaranteed, plus £6 million in bonuses, that Brentford verbally agreed to a deal. Sources close to the negotiation revealed that Brentford director of football Phil Giles held firm for weeks, pointing not only to Mbeumo's statistical output but also his leadership in the dressing room following Ivan Toney's absence. But what finally swung the deal was the player's own stance. Mbeumo made it clear to Brentford's board from the outset, if United came with a serious offer, he wanted to go. His admiration for the club, the opportunity to play European football, and the prestige of representing one of the world's biggest teams were too strong to ignore. Brentford respected his loyalty and work ethic and, in the end, chose not to stand in his way. Mbeumo's arrival means changes, and not just tactically. United's forward department is now crowded. With Cunha, Jlund, Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho, Amad Diallo, and Jadon Sancho all vying for minutes, decisions must be made. Sancho's future, in particular, remains in doubt. His fallout with Ten Hag may be in the past, but reports suggest he is still considered expendable if a suitable offer arrives. Mbeumo could well be the final push that leads to Sancho's exit. Similarly, Amad Diallo, despite his strong loan spell at Sunderland and flashes of brilliance, may be sent on loan again to ensure consistent playing time. On the training pitch, Mbeumo is said to be an instant hit, humble, driven, and hyper-competitive. His presence also brings a much-needed element of maturity and professionalism, traits the new staff values deeply in this transitional period. Not all fans are convinced. £65 million for a player from Brentford, even one as productive as Mbeumo, is a significant gamble. Some have pointed to his inconsistent form in his first Premier League seasons or the fact that he benefited from being Brentford's focal point in Toney's absence. Others, however, see the move as a shrewd piece of business. Mbeumo is entering his prime, has proven Premier League pedigree, and fits the club's evolving football identity. Most importantly, this isn't a panic buy. United had him on their radar for months. This is the type of strategic acquisition that elite clubs are expected to make, spotting value and performance over brand name and hype. With Mbeumo and Cunha secured, Manchester United now shift their attention to midfield. With Christian Eriksen's departure confirmed and the future of Casemiro still unclear, the club is rumored to be pursuing Corentin Tolisso of Lyon as a possible replacement. Talks have reportedly taken place with the Frenchman's representatives, although no formal bid has been made. Meanwhile, United's hierarchy is said to be looking at options to reinforce the left side of the defense, another area of concern, especially after Luke Shaw's recent injury history. But for now, the focus is squarely on integrating Mbeumo. The forward is expected to feature in United's pre-season tour in the United States, with a debut likely against West Ham in the Premier League Summer Series opener. Early signs from training suggest he is already building chemistry with Cunha and Rashford, a potential trio that could be key to United's ambitions next season. Only time will tell whether Bryan Mbeumo lives up to the price tag and expectations. But one thing is clear, this is not the Manchester United of recent years. Gone are the days of last-minute, name-driven signings. Under new leadership, the club is building toward a cohesive vision, with players like Mbeumo at the center. His journey from League Two to Brentford to the theatre of dreams is one of resilience, growth, and self-belief. Now, with the biggest stage ahead of him, he has the chance to prove that he belongs at the very top of world football. And for Manchester United fans, the fire has been reignited, not just with goals, but with a plan.